Trump is publicly threatening Iran in abusive language, while reports now suggest Washington may also be exploring a ceasefire track behind the scenes. Ahead of Trump's April 7 attack threat, a secret-looking draft deal appears to have surfaced, with mediators reportedly sharing a framework for ending hostilities. The reported formula points to a two-phase peace track, with a ceasefire first and bigger issues like Hormuz access and nuclear questions pushed into a later settlement. Turkey, Egypt, and Pakistan have all been identified as part of the mediation web, even as Trump's rhetoric over Hormuz turned openly profane in public. All of this is feeding the impression that Trump may be more open to a truce after U.S. aircraft losses and amid Iranian threats of a wider retaliation.
The American administrations have been threatening Iran for the past 48 years. Iran's reaction would be one of reciprocating any such attack.
Iran and the United States are reportedly reviewing a plan to pause the war and reopen the Strait of Hormuz. A mediator-backed framework to end the conflict has reportedly been shared with both Tehran and Washington. Details of the draft Islamabad Accord surfaced in reporting as Trump's April 7 threat raised pressure on both sides. The proposed deal reportedly follows a two-tier structure, with a ceasefire first and a broader settlement later. That reporting came after Axios revealed a push for a 45-day ceasefire as part of the same broader diplomatic effort. The draft U.S.-Iran peace deal includes an immediate ceasefire, reopening of Strait of Hormuz, 15 to 20 days to finalize a broader settlement. Reuters reported that Iran did not immediately commit to the proposal despite intensified civilian and military outreach from mediators. Reuters also said neither side had formally confirmed peace deal negotiations at that stage. Reuters citing a source said, and I quote, "All elements need to be agreed today." Pakistan's army chief, Field Marshal Asim Munir, has been in contact all night long with U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance, Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, and Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi. The deal, tentatively dubbed the Islamabad Accord, would include a regional framework for the strait, with final in-person talks in Islamabad. Unquote. Axios-linked reporting said issues such as fully reopening the Strait of Hormuz would likely be handled as part of a final settlement rather than the initial pause. The future of Iran's highly enriched uranium stockpile would also likely be addressed in any broader final pact. With only hours left until his self-imposed April 6 deadline, Trump escalated his threats, openly pointing to Iran's power plants and bridges as future targets. On April 5, he warned that if Iran did not reopen Hormuz, it would face major strikes against critical infrastructure like nothing seen before. The profanity-laced language in his latest post suggests not just resolve, but deep frustration that Iran has not yet bowed to weeks of US and Israeli pressure. Trump said, and I quote, "Tuesday will be power plant day and bridge day, all wrapped up in one, in Iran. There will be nothing like it. Open the strait, you crazy or you'll be living in hell, just watch." Unquote.
Iran's reaction would be one of reciprocating any such attack. Our armed forces have made it clear that in case Iran's infrastructure is attacked, we would react in kind. Our armed forces would target any similar infrastructure that is owned or in any way or manner related to the United States or contributes to their act of aggression against Iran. This is not something that we will do it voluntarily or by willful decision. This is something that is as part of our defense measures against their illegal act. I guess the American people have come to understand that this is not their war. This is a war of choice by the United States administrations, perhaps on behalf of a genocidal regime in our region. The fact that they poured into the streets of different states and cities of the United States indicate the fact that They're not supporting this war of aggression by their administration against Iran. Everyone, not only in our region, but also globally, including in the United States, recognize that this war is illegal. This is a war imposed on a civilizational state for no reason. This is a war based on a lie that Iran is pursuing nuclear weapon, something that has never existed, a lie that there was an imminent threat on the part of Iran against the American people. That's simply untrue. They know that there was no such threat from Iran to the United States. The lie that they simply wanted to help the Iranian nation. Yes, they are helping Iranians with death and destruction. They killed in one single incident, as they call it. It was not an incident, it was a deliberate attack on elementary school in the city of Minat. The same day that they also targeted a sport hall in La Merde, Fars, killing 21 persons. So in a matter of less than 1 hour, they slaughtered more than 200 innocent girls and boys. So these are the conduct of American administration. And I think these war crimes are recorded in the name of the United States people. I think the United States people do not favor, do not approve of these atrocities. They are against these atrocities. The American administrations have been threatening Iran for the past 48 years. Iranians have shown maximum steadfastness and determination to continue their rightful path, which is safeguarding their right to self-determination, safeguarding their sovereignty, as well as their dignity. These threats are simply an indication of a criminal mindset. This is an express public incitement for war crimes and crimes against humanity. And I would say for genocide, because threatening to attack a country's critical infrastructure, energy sector, it would mean that you want to put at risk the whole population. And this is nothing less than war crimes and crimes against humanity. But apart from that, because it seems that this administration doesn't care about law or logic or basic tenets of morality. As far as Iranians are concerned, we are determined to defend our national security and sovereignty with all might. We have shown, not only during the past 37 days, but also throughout this whole almost 5 decades, that Iranians are very patriotic and are prepared to fight back their enemies. Everyone got their lesson from this brave act of defense against the aggressors. For 35, 36 days, they propagated the idea that Iranians' defense capability has been neutralized. After 35, 36 days, our armed forces showed that our enemies are facing another miscalculation.